You know what no one tells you about summer? That it's the most dangerous season of the year. Not because of the heat, not because of the parties, because of how easy it is to waste. No teachers, no structure, no expectations, just freedom. And that freedom feels good until it doesn't. See, nobody pulls you aside at 16 and says, "Yo, this summer, this is when you either build the version of you that wins or fall deeper into being average without even noticing." And I get it. You think you've got time. You think you'll start grinding in September. But here's the brutal truth. If you don't learn how to control your time in the summer, when nothing's stopping you, you're never going to control it when life gets hard. Let me say that again. If you can't handle discipline when no one's watching, you'll fall apart the moment life punches back. That was me. Every summer from 14 to 17, I told myself the same lie. I'll just chill this year and I'll go hard next summer. Guess what? By the time I was 18, I didn't even recognize the dude in the mirror. Lazy, out of shape, no plan, wasted potential. That's when it hit me. Summer isn't a break. It's your secret weapon, or your silent killer. So if you're under 20 right now, this video is the most important thing you'll hear all season. Because I'm not going to give you some generic morning routine or fake hype. I'm going to give you the real formula for how to make this the summer you look back on and say, that's when everything changed. No fluff, no filters, just the routine that will turn you into a focused, disciplined, dangerous version of yourself, while everyone else is still waking up at noon, scrolling TikTok, and wondering why nothing ever changes. Let's start with this. Step 1. Own your mornings. Like a warrior. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m., but you do need to stop waking up like you have nothing to do. Because every time you hit snooze, scroll for 45 minutes, and wander around the kitchen like a zombie, you're programming yourself to be soft. Here's the move. Set your alarm. Get up. No phone for the first 30 minutes. Go outside. Do 20 push-upova. Drink water. Write down your top 3 goals for the day. Sounds simple, right? Exactly. That's why it works. You don't need a perfect routine. You need a repeatable one that makes you feel alive. Mornings are where the momentum is built. And momentum is everything. Because you know what's wild? Most people waste their entire day in the first 30 minutes, and they don't even notice. But when you win your morning, you start to think different. You don't just wake up. You activate the version of you that chooses to win. Step 2, the 3-hour deep work rule. You want to separate yourself from 95% of people this summer? Master this one habit. 3 hours of focused, deep work, every day. No distractions, no background YouTube, no texting. Just full focus on one thing that moves your life forward. Reading, building a skill, launching something, studying something real. I know it doesn't sound cool, but guess what? Success isn't loud, it's quiet. It's you in your room, grinding while everyone else posts about grinding. 3 hours a day of real focus across 60 days? That's 180 hours. That's enough time to change your brain, your habits, your body, your income, everything. But if you don't block that time, life fills in the gaps. Suddenly it's 6 p.m., and you've been busy, but accomplished nothing. So put it on your calendar like your life depends on it, because it does. Step 3. Replace escape with execution. Let me be blunt. The average guy uses summer as an escape. They party to escape their insecurities, scroll to escape boredom, sleep in to escape responsibility. But nothing great is built by escaping. You want to feel alive this summer? Do hard things, the gym, cold showers, starting something from zero, sitting in silence with your thoughts and not running from them. You're not supposed to feel comfortable every day. You're supposed to feel challenged. Because comfort, that's what turns wolves into house pets. This is the summer to build your edge. Not by pretending you're perfect, but by deciding you're done being passive. Because no one's coming to save you. And if you wait until fall to get serious, you'll be starting from zero, while others are already sprinting. So here's your move. Wake up earlier than you want to. Push your body when it wants to quit. Focus when your mind wants to wander. And repeat that every damn day until you look in the mirror and see a killer staring back. All right, so now you've got your mornings on lock. You've claimed your 3 hours of deep work. You've stopped using summer as your escape. But that's just the foundation. Let's level up. Let's talk about the habits, mindset shifts, and discipline stack that'll take you from just trying to undeniable. Because here's the truth. Momentum dies fast if you don't feed it. And most guys, they start strong for like 3 days. Then they crash. Why? because they were chasing motivation, not building systems. Systems don't rely on mood. They don't ask how you feel, they just run. So let's build yours. Step 4. Build a non-negotiable 5 list. This is the cheat code. Write down 5 things you do every single day, no matter what. Doesn't matter if you're tired, bored, busy, sad, whatever. These 5 things are your anchor. Here's an example of mine from when I was 17. Wake up before 8 a.m., cold shower. 20-minute walk. Outside, no phone. 3 hours of deep work. 45-minute workout. That was it. Not complicated. But over 90 days, those 5 things rewired me. Because every time I stuck to the list, even when I didn't feel like it, I was proving to myself, I'm the kind of guy who shows up. Period. And the craziest part? That identity shift starts leaking into everything. You eat better. You stop chasing dopamine. You walk differently. Talk differently. Because you trust yourself. Most guys don't trust themselves. They say they'll change. They say they'll start. They say they're done wasting time, and then they scroll or snooze or make an excuse. Don't be that guy this summer. Be the one who executes. Quietly, consistently. No announcements. Just actions. Step 5. Make boredom your weapon. Here's something no one talks about. The ability to be bored and not escape is a superpower. You're not supposed to feel entertained all day. But modern life teaches you that silence equals suffering. So every gap in your day, you fill it with noise. TikTok, music, YouTube, messages, stimulation 24/7. But here's the thing. Your best ideas, they come in silence. Your deepest breakthroughs, in stillness. Your most powerful thoughts, when you stop running. Start scheduling 30 minutes a day with no inputs, no phone, no music, no scrolling, just you, maybe a journal, maybe a walk. Yeah, you'll feel antsy at first. Like something's wrong, but sit with that. Because underneath the noise is the real you, the version that knows what needs to be done. The more you lean into boredom, the more dangerous you become. Because now, you don't need distractions to survive. You've got focus. And focus, that's rare. Step 6. Summer projects. Yes, summer distractions. You want a real test of whether you'll level up or not? Ask yourself this. What am I building this summer? Not consuming. Not learning. Not vibing. Building. Because builders win. They make stuff. They take risks. They create value. Start a side hustle. Launch a channel. Learn to code. Write something real. Record music. Train like an athlete. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real. And it has to be yours. When I was 17, I started a blog nobody read. Posted every week. Got 10 views. Didn't care. I wasn't building it for the world. I was building it for me. And years later, that one blog gave me the skills, discipline, and voice that opened every door in my 20s. Stop being just a consumer. Become a creator, even if it's messy. Even if it flops. Because every summer you don't build is a summer you fall behind someone who does. Let me hit you with a harsh truth. Your future self isn't judging your potential. He's judging your patterns. He doesn't care what you plan to do. He only sees what you actually do. And if every summer looks the same, lazy mornings, wasted afternoons, regret at night, then guess what? So will every year after. This is your time to flip the script, to design a routine so strong that it becomes a lifestyle, and a lifestyle that makes you undeniable by the time you hit 20. Step 7. Get real accountability, not group chat vibes. Most people confuse support with accountability. Your boy's telling you, "You got this, bro?" That's support. Helpful, sure, but not enough. Accountability is when someone expects you to deliver and calls you out when you don't. It's uncomfortable. And that's why it works. Find one person you respect. Someone who's not afraid to say, "Oh, yo, why didn't you finish that project this week? Why'd you skip that workout? What's really going on?" Even better, set a weekly check-in. 15 minutes every Sunday. You tell them what you did and what you didn't. You track the truth, not the fantasy. And if you don't have someone like that, be that person for yourself. Write down everything, every win, every excuse, every skipped task. Call yourself out. Because self-respect comes from self-honesty. And there's nothing more powerful than knowing you're not bullshitting yourself anymore. Step 8. Protect your inputs like your future depends on it. Because it does. What you listen to, what you watch, who you follow, who you hang around. These are not small things. They're shaping your brain, literally. When you spend summer binging content made for 6-second attention spans, don't be surprised when you can't focus for more than 2 minutes on your own goals. If your entire feed is get-rich-quick videos and dopamine-saturated memes, of course you're going to feel like you're behind. Of course you'll feel anxious. Clean your inputs. Unfollow garbage. Mute distractions. Fill your world with voices that actually challenge you. Stuff that pushes you to think harder, work deeper, become better. Start treating your attention like money. You only get so much of it per day. Spend it intentionally. Step 9. Learn to love the plateau. Here's the part no one glamorizes. You're going to hit plateaus. That stretch of 10, 20, 30 days where it feels like nothing's working. No growth, no traction, just the same grind. This is where 90% of people quit because they think progress should always feel exciting. But real progress, it's boring. It's invisible until it isn't. And here's what most guys never learn. If you can push through that plateau, if you can stick to the process when it feels like it's not working, that's where the magic happens. Summer isn't about instant glow-ups. It's about invisible stacking. Habits, reps, identity, stuff no one else sees. Until one day they ask how you became so locked in, so focused, so different. Learn to love the plateau. It's not the enemy. It's proof that you're playing the long game. Step 10, give yourself a real why. Let's be real. Discipline fades if you don't know why you're doing this. It's not enough to want to be better. That's vague. You need a reason that punches you in the chest. Mine? I looked at the men in my family and saw a pattern of regret. Unfulfilled dreams, unhealthy bodies, wasted time. I told myself, it ends with me. What's yours? Maybe you're sick of being average. Maybe you've seen what a wasted life looks like, and it terrifies you. Maybe you want to give your future family the life yours couldn't. Maybe you're just tired of lying to yourself. Write it down. Tape it to your wall. Make it your lock screen. Remind yourself daily, because when your why is strong, you become unstoppable. Not because it's easy, but because quitting is no longer an option. Final words. This isn't a summer challenge. This isn't a 30-day reset. This is a lifestyle shift. This is you finally realizing you are not average. You were just living like you were. And this summer, it's your clean slate, your chance to build a version of yourself that walks into his 20s like a weapon. Not soft, not lost, not distracted, but focused, disciplined, and dangerous. Because that version of you, he's already waiting. He's watching to see what you do now. Don't let him down. Make this summer count, and don't look back.